The number one reason people visit Bayeux is to see this, the legendary 1,000-year-old tapestry. But for the next couple of years, there's a huge problem. It's closed. So, is this charming town still worth visiting? We think the answer is absolutely yes, and we're going to show you all the incredible things that you can do that aren't the tapestry.
In this guide, we'll take you inside Bayeux's magnificent Notre-Dame Cathedral, a masterpiece that survived 1,000 years of history. We pay our respects at the serene British War Cemetery, a powerful and moving reminder of the sacrifices made for freedom. And we'll show you why this town's perfectly preserved medieval center is the ideal place to make your home base. Because the truth is, Bayeux is the gateway to it all. It's the perfect central location for exploring the historic D-Day landing beaches of Normandy, the awe-inspiring Abbey of Mont-Saint-Michel, and the most important World War II sites in all of France. So stick with us as we show you how to have an unforgettable journey through a town that holds the key to history. Going on an e-bike tour here in Bayeux.
An e-bike tour with Petite Reine is the perfect introduction to Bayeux. There are different tours offered, and we took the tour that included the viewpoints of the Atlantic Wall, Mulberry Harbor, and Arromanches.
While on our bike tour with Petite Reine, we have stopped at one of the British cemeteries from the war. It's tradition for British soldiers to be buried near the battlefield, so there are several British cemeteries all around the Normandy area.
Tours start at €119 per person and last anywhere from 3 to 7 hours. They start in the city of Bayeux before going into the countryside, cycling through farmlands and charming French towns.
Ça va.
He also offers cycling tours to the legendary Mont-Saint-Michel.
This cycling tour with Petite Reine is perfect. You go through the city a little bit, villages, and the countryside, and then we come to the battlement, and then we're going to be going to Gold Beach. So it's really a great way to explore the Normandy countryside.
Cycling in the French countryside. Something you gotta do when you come here to Normandy.
We are at Fortifications, German fortifications, right between Omaha Beach and Gold Beach. This is where the Americans landed, and Gold Beach is where the British landed. Anyone in here? Okay. This is creepy. So these guns at the battlement can shoot 20 kilometers. So even though the British and the Americans and the Canadians took the beaches, this was where the battles really began once they got up on land, because these are far inland, and they were shooting at all of the soldiers that were landing on the beach. So, pretty brutal. Behind me is an artificial harbor that the English created by towing in millions of tons of concrete, vehicles, weapons, and supplies that provided landing ramps for Allied forces. This harbor played a key role in the Allied victory. I'm standing on Gold Beach here in Normandy, and this is where the Allied forces from England landed in 1944 on D-Day. The tide is way out, and I always think about this because when they landed on the beaches of Normandy, they came in at low tide and had to run up while they were facing artillery fire.
The D-Day Museum at Arromanches tells the complete story of the D-Day battle and the push into France. Opening in 2023, its state-of-the-art interactive displays depict the process of planning, building, and transporting the tons of concrete and gear that made the D-Day landings possible. There is a replica of Mulberry Harbor, films, and life-size displays. Just 5 miles along Gold Beach is the British Normandy Memorial that was opened in 2021. It pays tribute to the 22,442 British servicemen and women who fell on D-Day and during the Battle of Normandy in the summer of 1944. Their names are etched into the columns that were built in a serene setting overlooking Gold Beach.
We spent the night at Le Marine in Arromanches, and it was a beautiful setting overlooking the beach. For dining, we recommend the Fish and Chip Company for an authentic British meal, or the restaurant at Le Marine for traditional French cuisine. There isn't as much accommodation here, and it's only a 10-kilometer drive from Bayeux, so most people choose to stay in Bayeux and make trips to the beaches and monuments. The best way to get around is by rental car, and you can compare prices in the links below.
Bayeux is a beautiful town to explore with its timber houses, cobblestone streets, and 17th century mansions. We stayed at Hotel de Bruneville, which was a great base located right in the heart of downtown. It was easy walking to restaurants, particularly L'Alcove, which served us one of our favorite meals in all of Normandy. Wow!
With the tapestry off limits, the true star of Bayeux gets to shine, the town itself. One of the most incredible facts about Bayeux is that it is the very first town to be liberated by the Allies in June 1944, and miraculously, it was captured almost completely intact. What that means is you get to walk through a perfectly preserved medieval Norman town, the cobblestone streets, the 17th century houses, and the gentle river winding its way through ancient water wheels. It feels like you've stepped back in time. And at the heart of it all stands this masterpiece, the Notre-Dame Cathedral. This isn't just any church, it's a survivor of 1,000 years of history. It was consecrated in 1077 in the presence of William the Conqueror. And for centuries, this cathedral was the original home of the Bayeux Tapestry. Bayeux is a place of immense beauty and profound historical importance.
So if you are planning a trip to France, add Bayeux to your itinerary, where you can enjoy a fine Calvados and fresh Normandy cheese while immersing in history and French culture. And if you want more ideas on where to travel in France, make sure to subscribe to our channel for new videos each week. And if you made it this far, you're clearly one of us. So if you haven't already, please hit that like button. It really helps the algorithm, and make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss our next video.
Thanks for watching!